folks, and here today we are doing Detroit Lions news and rumors for you folks today, and we're definitely going to be talking about the latest trade rumors regarding our Detroit Lions. Thank you, Adam Shefter, for throwing this out there for today. So we're going to go over the two players that the Detroit Lions look to be targeting before the NFL trade deadline, and it looks like we are for sure down to those two, at least for Adam Shefter. So we're going to get into that list today on this Halloween, and we're going to have a fun time doing so. Let's see who's in the building. We got Shift God, James Frolick. We got Detroit Grit, Robert Campo in the building. Kurt Kasprick, Brandon Harmon, Dennis Tytek, Coach Walk, 37, Detroit Grit, Shift God, OTC, Kim Becker, 9 drinks in the building, D-Money, all in there. Yes, happy Halloween. What up, Doe? Halloween for you. They won't trade J-Mo. Of course, they're not going to trade J-Mo. The symbiote, yeah. Yes, and folks, I am actually, this is not pre-recorded. I'm 100% doing this live. So that is my eye right there. I actually built this. I have a whole costume, but I used to do that for fun. So we got Lions Talk by Raw Detroit. Spidey Mike, what up, Doe? I got to tell you a secret while we're here. 6 years ago when I was going to start my YouTube channel, I didn't really want to show my face, so I was going to do Detroit Spidey. That was just for fun and giggles back when, I don't know, when I first started this stuff. But I took it more serious, and now we're doing this. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and take the mask off, though, for right now. That's just how I wanted to open it up for you guys. And that's how I wanted it to start out today. So happy Halloween for you folks today. But it's hard to talk and read with the whole thing on. So we're going to take that off right now. We're going to get into the two players that Adam Shefter spoke about for today's stream. Usually it's just, the One Pride podcast. We're going to do a little bit of the One Pride podcast out there, but also we're going to be talking about these two players because it's breaking news, right? It's a big deal. So the Detroit Lions are going to make a trade, folks. It's going to happen, in my opinion. I do 100% believe so. I'm just trying to get this one thing updated for you guys really quickly. And this should be good. No, not that way. Nope, not that way. This way. Nope, not that way. Yeah, see. Tried to remove this thing. I'm going to have to remove it. But anyways, so there's two players that the Lions are looking at. We already know one of them. This is the guy that we've been hearing about a lot, and that is Za'Darius Smith. He is one of the players that the Lions have 100% spoke to about a trade. Now, coming out of Cleveland, they're wanting a nice day 3 pick, so like a round 4 pick. Another team that's really involved when it comes to Za'Darius Smith is the Atlanta Falcons. So it's Lions and the Atlanta Falcons for Za'Darius Smith. He's 6'4", 274 pounds, 32-inch arms. He was drafted in 2015 in round 4. He is not 33. He's 32 years old, 32-1. So he just turned 32 years old. A productive player. We all know him from the Green Bay Packers and from the Minnesota Vikings, but he's a guy that could come in and play right away. He really could if the Lions needed him to. What has he done so far this year? Well, Za'Darius Smith has 14 solo tackles, 8 assisted, 22 total tackles, 5 sacks, 6 quarterback hits, and 5 tackles for loss. So look, he's a little bit older, but he is very productive even still at his age, folks. He is. And that's the truth of the matter of the situation. And we have to determine right now, is this an option for the Lions? Is this something that they should be doing, going after Za'Darius Smith? Now, what do you guys think in the comments? Should the Lions take a jump at Za'Darius Smith? Right now, put T for trade, P for pass in the comments. I'm going to read it off, and I want to see your guys' thoughts on him. And then we'll get into a quick sponsor, and then we'll jump into the second player that the Lions are looking at. It's a little bit different from size, but I mean, he was very productive for the whole world to see, and we're going to get into that one. So Detroit Grit says, yeah, let's go ahead and trade. We got Sean Aker says, get them both, pass. So we got 3 trades from Josh Prince, D Money, Coach Walk, more trades. Art says pass. 3 more trades. Kerry says pass. So right now it's 75% trade, 25% pass. So it's definitely not full on an agreement here. But the Lions fans are saying, yeah, let's get it done, right? That's what they're saying. Still more trades are coming in. So majority of the Lions fan base is saying trade. Za'Darius Smith is a cheaper option. This is Brad Holmes' type of deal. Lions Talk by Raw Detroit. Make sure you subscribe to him. I want him to get to 200 subs. It's a new channel, folks. Subscribe to my friend, Lions Talk, and I'm sure he'll break down Azeez Ujalari, who we're going to get into next. So go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Before we get into the next player, a shout out to the sponsor of today's stream. The sponsor of today's video, that is Game Time, the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets to sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. Their lowest price is guaranteed. That's the Game Time guaranteed. And the Lions are traveling to Green Bay on Sunday to face the Packers, and it's much better to be at the game than it is on the couch. So if you want to go to the game, go to Game Time. And our friends from Game Time has a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. And what it does is it looks for the best deals, and it filters out all the fluff to get you the best deals on tickets for the game. How do you get to Game Time Picks? Well, this is how you do it. You log into Game Time, go to the top of the app. You'll see a 3D view. Select Game Time Picks button on top of the screen, and it automatically does the research for you, and it filters out the tickets in the database to give you the best deals with the best seats, so you don't spend hours on a bunch of ticketing sites trying to find the best tickets. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move a phone left or right, you can see the surrounding area, kind of like a 3D live photo. Also, all pricing is right there for you. There's no hidden fees at checkout. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Want a quick deal? Go to Game Time, plug in Chat Sports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, go to Game Time, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms would apply. You got to create an account. You got to have an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. All right, the next player on the list for the Detroit Lions that the Lions have reached out to, there are 2 players. We just talked about Za'Darius Smith. It's probably going to come down to one of these guys. The next player here, though, it's an interesting player, and do I got the profile up? There we go. Let me get the correct thing on here. It's very interesting. And this player's a little bit different, and it's Azeez Ujalari, the linebacker slash pass rusher from the New York Giants. 6'3", 249 pounds. Now, I seen on ESPN 240. I seen on NFL it was 249, so it's between 240 249. Longer than Za'Darius Smith, 34-inch arms. He is a young player, folks. 24 years old, just drafted in 21. In round 2, pick 18 out of Georgia. And now what has Azeez done so far this year? Pretty good stats as well. 11 solo tackles, assistant of 13, total of 24. He's got 6 sacks on the year, 7 quarterback hits, and 6 tackles for loss. And we just seen it in the big game the other day. He was showing out in front of the world, right? He wanted it to me when I was watching Azeez, he was saying, hey, Detroit, go ahead and come trade for me, right? He was really showing out. And I got to say, there's a couple players, too, like Arden Key, but there's only 2 players right now linked to the Detroit Lions, and that's Azeez Ujalari and Za'Darius Smith. Now, if you're going to ask me for the player you want to have on the long term, it would be right. The long term would be Azeez Ujalari. He's only 24 years old, right? He's still on his rookie deal. The contract is nothing. If he does well, right, you could actually extend him. So if you're to give up draft capital, maybe this is a player you can keep on the long haul. But again, he's a little bit lighter than what you're wanting at edge. Za'Darius Smith, though, on the other hand, you'll probably be giving up less to get him. But again, he's on a 2-year deal. Yeah, he's on a 2-year deal, but the guy is also 32, not 33 years old. So that is the options for the Detroit Lions. Younger, lighter, or older, bigger. That's what we got going on. So Would you guys trade for Azeez Ujalari or Za'Darius Smith? So I'm going to give you two options in the comments right now because that's where it's going to come down to. It's going to happen between. I thought it would happen earlier this week. Still ain't happened, but I do 100% believe a trade's going to happen before the trade deadline. It's probably going to be between one of those players. So in the comments right now, no, not both. It's probably one. Not both, but probably one. If you have to pick between the one, do Z for Za'Darius Smith or do A for Azeez. So Z-A in the comments right now. Let's go ahead and get it. If you do something else, as long as I can see it. But let's go ahead and see what you guys thought. So we got younger, older. One of these guys is probably going to be a Lion here. And we got amazing. We're going Azeez. Casey says neither. So he says no trade. He doesn't even want to trade. Bo Booth says Za'Darius Smith. We got Za'Darius. We got Azeez. So it's 50-50 right now. Turn your volume. My volume's not high enough? Well, why don't somebody say something? Azeez. A. So now Azeez is high on the list. High on the list. A. Z. So, shoot. You know what? We're going to go throw a poll in here right now. We're going to go ahead and do a formal poll and see what you guys want. Pick who. Because it's going to be one of them. Pick who to trade for. We'll go. Za'Darius Smith. And then Azeez Ojulari. All right. Start a poll. Let's see what this does. We'll do it for about 5 minutes. See where you guys got. Again, if my volume needs to go up or something, you just got to tell me. I'm on the other end. So you just say it in the comments if there's any issues. So there it is. Right there in the poll, Azeez is the younger player, but he's lighter. You got Za'Darius Smith, who's the veteran, but he's a guy who literally, he's that prototypical size they're looking for, that almost, the 275 veteran. So right now we're at 60% Azeez. Azeez right now is winning with 60%. Everybody in the comments, and look, if you're watching this after the live stream is over, do it in the comments battle. And no both. They didn't, no, not both. One of the two. That's what Adam Shefter came out today. Adam Shefter came out today and said that the Lions are looking at those two. But didn't say it's or, right? It's not both, but or. That's what Adam Shefter just came out today. That's why I switched my title. So, that is the question because it really looks like one of these guys is going to be a Detroit Lion. That's Adam Shefter. So, I'm just going with Adam. If Adam Schefter's wrong, you better blame him. Let's see. Why not both? Look, I would like to get Trey Anderson, Max Crosby. But that's MicroMike. I'm not Brad Holmes. So I'm just doing with what Adam Shefter reported. Hell yes, me both. Hell yeah. But I'm Mike Kimber. I'm not Brad Holmes. I'm not guessing about that. Adam Shefter came out and said that. Go to Adam Shefter. Check it out. Do you honestly think I would say Adam Shefter would say this, especially on Twitter, and then him to actually not say that's what he said? And by the way, too, I had somebody tell me yesterday that the Lions were looking at Azeez Ojulari. Now, when I got told, generally speaking, when I get told something, I don't really talk about it because you hear a lot of crap. And then when Adam Shefter came out today and said that, it confirmed it. So, let's see, JMO and Hooker. Okay, yeah, we'll get into that stuff here. We're going to do QA. Well, hell, we could do QA right now. You know what? Let's go. We'll do QA in about 5 minutes. Let's talk about the Lions and Packers here. We'll do QA, and I guarantee it's going to be about trade talk. Lions and Packers, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be for the Green Bay Packers. It's going to be a 60% Jordan Love or 100% Malik Willis. No lie here. And I do believe Jordan Love's the better quarterback. If I'm the Packers, if I'm looking at this not as a Lions fan, I would actually go Malik Willis at 100% than Jordan Love at 60%. They have a bye week after this week. do you really want to? What if, Jordan Love gets injured and then it's extended to where he has a sports hernia because he had that groin injury? He re-aggravates it. How about they just rest this guy for a little bit? If this was Jared Goff and he's banged up as much like that, and especially Jordan Love, he's more of a mobile quarterback. So you're dealing with a groin injury. It's really significant to his game. I would rest him, and I would go with Malik Willis. But as a Lions fan, it's the opposite. I would prefer to have Jordan Love. I would prefer to face Jordan Love because he is banged up and he can't move around as much as he usually can, and I think that's going to be a significant hamper on him in the pocket. And so it's like, yeah, I would rather have a less mobile Jordan Love in the pocket than Malik Willis run around. So I want Jordan Love to play. What do you guys think in the comments? I do have the Lions winning this game 34-27. I do believe Detroit is just the better football team when it comes to the Lions and Packers, regardless who's quarterback. And Jair Alexander's also banged up for that football team. He's really, really good. But I just think the Lions are still the better football team. They got a hell of a run game, but, folks, we got a hell of a run defense. So everyone keeps talking about, and they do. They got, Josh Jacobs, but that's why we invested in DJ Reader. That's why we invested in, Aleem McNeil and extending him. That's why we have one of the best run defenses in football, because Aaron Glenn focuses on that. So they're going to have to beat us in the air. That's going to be quite difficult because you got two guys named Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch who loves taking advantage of footballs that are in the air. And if you're talking about Jordan Love, who's a little bit injured, if he's got to throw the ball a little bit earlier, you can see there's going to be times there's going to be some interceptions, and he's been throwing interceptions as of late. So that's what I personally would like. And it's going to be our first time, though, on field. You just wear cleats. I really do believe Sonic and Knuckles, they'll go ahead and do what they got to do for this game. Pack thinks Josh Jacobs is better than Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say to that. I mean, okay. Look, I really like Josh Jacobs, but come on, guys. Come on. Let's go ahead and do QA. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. If you got questions, I may have some answers. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put Spidey back on for some QA. How about, you know what? At the end of the QA, we'll do Spidey. We'll do Spidey at the end of the QA. So let's do it right now. Today's show is all about Lions mailbag. So if you got questions, we have answers. Go ahead and throw it in the comments section right now. Hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever you got. Your questions, my answers. This video is being recorded on Thursday afternoon. So if something happens in regards to a trade, because I know that's going to be happening in this video, in this QA section, just understand this was recorded on Thursday. But if nothing happened by the time you're watching this, good. First question here from, wow, that was not right. Let me get the thing going for you. That was a failure. Let me get this thing up. It is big comment. Why did it not go to what I needed it to do? Oh, no. Oh, no. Where is it at? Uh-oh. Gotta find my thing. I don't know where it went. Big comment. Where are you at? There we go. Got you. Now let's try. No. Let's send this question over. I'm an idiot. All right, let's go ahead and get into this right now. From Amazing Jonathan, hashtag Lions, is Trey Henderson still a trade possibility? I don't believe so at all. Look, if the Bengals lose on Sunday, maybe they open it up. I just think it's going to be too much for the Lions. I do believe that it's going to be what Adam Shefter stated. So as much as I would love to have him on this team, I don't believe that's going to be the case at all. Love just commented, Colin Coward showed that he has a realistic chance of playing this week against the Lions. Again, like I said, I hope he does play. I don't think he's 100%, and I think that's going to hurt his chances in the game. He utilizes his legs to extend the play a little bit. If you got a groin injury, he's going to be doing less of that, and he's going to have to be a pocket passer the whole time. I think Malik Willis actually gives them the better chance to win on Sunday because he's 100% who's mobile. So, look, I'm happy that he's going to play, and I hope he does. Next question here. Sean Walsh, #Lions. Do you believe that defensive end will be the only trade we make before the deadline? Sean Walsh, yes, I think it's pass rusher, and pass rusher. That's what I'm going to go with here. I'm not saying they're going to trade 3 pass rushers. I'm just saying that's the position they're going to trade for is pass rusher. That's it. I don't see any other position right now for the Lions that needs to be upgraded. Besides that, the Lions are a really solid team. Good to go for sure. Question here from Grandizer. #SmashTheHole. Happy Halloween, Mike. What Lions player would you consider dead weight that you'd trade for at least a future 7th round pick? Oh, dead weight. Look, I think I want to know if it'd be a future 7th round pick, but if you're trying to get maybe Azeez Ujalari, you throw in a James Houston with it. Maybe a day 3 pick or a late pick with the James Houston, something like that. That's kind of what I was thinking, or Za'Darius Smith. So you can use them as a trade piece. That's what I would do. In the comment section right now, would you trade any player away from the Detroit Lions? Why for yes and for no? Sean Aker says, if the Lions make a trade for a defensive end pass rusher, what other position do you think the Lions could or would make in another potential position to upgrade to add depth? Wide receiver, linebacker, or 2, I'd look out. I don't really see any other position besides edge. We're great at wide receiver. We're fine at linebacker. We're great on the interior of the defensive line. Broderick Martin's even coming back. The secondary is stacked. Emmanuel Mosley will soon be returning. Ufutu Melifonwu will soon be returning. That's good there. The offensive line, we just got Mahogany coming back to the lineup. The running back room is solid. The wide receivers are solid, so I don't see any other position. Quarterback solid. No, I don't see that at this moment for the Detroit Lions. Quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video. The sponsor of today's video, that is Game Time, the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets to sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. Their lowest price is guaranteed. That's the Game Time guaranteed. And the Lions are traveling to Green Bay on Sunday to face the Packers, and it's much better to be at the game than it is on the couch. So if you want to go to the game, go to Game Time. And our friends from Game Time has a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. And what it does is it looks for the best deals, and it filters on all the fluff to get you the best deals on tickets for the game. How do you get to Game Time Picks? Well, this is how you do it. You log into Game Time, go to the top of the app. You'll see a 3D view. Select Game Time Picks button on top of the screen, and it automatically does the research for you, and it filters out the tickets in the database to give you the best deals with the best seats so you don't spend hours in a bunch of ticketing sites trying to find the best tickets. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move a phone left or right, you can see the surrounding area, kind of like a 3D live photo. Also, all pricing is right there for you. There's no hidden fees at checkout. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Want a quick deal? Go to Game Time, plug in Chat Sports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, go to Game Time, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms that apply. You got to create an account. You got to have an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. All right, folks, keep on with the questions. We got a lot of time to go. Throw all those questions out there for you. Let's see. We got my friend here, Grandad, says, any rumors of teams calling to trade for Hendon Hooker? If so, what deal have you heard of? Hit us with the Thriller Dance. I suck at the Thriller Dance, but no doubt about it. I haven't heard realistic Hendon Hooker trades. I mean, we've seen little rumors here and there, but nothing substantial at all. It's just people giving their thoughts. No realistic. Do I think he gets traded? No. Absolutely not. I don't believe so, and I've heard nothing of that at all. We're going to need a backup on this team, so I don't see it. Hashtag Lions, give us your opinion on JMO off-the-field issues. Okay, here is the thing. Let's go situation by situation. Fireworks that he did, I do not care about. Non-issue in my opinion. Putty stuff in his body, that is immature. He should have known whatever he put in there, that was wrong. Being injured so he couldn't play the first year here, I don't care. Having a weapon, he's in a vehicle with his brother who has a concealed weapon. He has a concealed weapons permit, but he didn't have the right paperwork, and the police officer didn't take him in. Here's the thing. It was a dumb mistake. But at the same time, I'm going to give discretion to the police officer on the scene. If it was really a big issue from a legal standpoint, you'd think that the cop would do something. So, but I'm just going to let the legal process play out because I don't know, really, in all honesty. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if the NFL will suspend him for it, but he told Dan Campbell October 8th. They knew about it. He was upfront about it. He effed up. Drink water, drive on. That's what I'm here. I'm not hyperbolic. I think it's ludicrous to say we should release him, trade him, hate on him, crap on him, constantly 24/7. I think he made a mistake. I think he's got to mature. I think he will learn from this and go forward. So that's the way that I see it. I'm going to let the process play out. So I'm not going to sit here and spend, like 97 won the ticket, spend 9 straight hours crapping on the guy. Good God, man. Holy smokes. Hashtag Lines, is Arden Key a possibility? From Adam Shefter, the only 2 players that they talked about was Azeez Ujalari and Za'Darius Smith. So I'm going with Adam Shefter and saying, since he didn't mention him, no. Would I like Arden Key? Hell, he looked great with Titans, man. I'd give him, at least give him a call, right? But I'm just going with what Adam Shefter reported. I don't know anything, folks. I have no insight. I mean, I got told yesterday that look at Azeez Ujalari. That was it. So I know as much as you guys. So Chuck Kent, question. Do you think that they use TP Sunday on deeper comeback routes? I think argumenting that is involved in Laporta would be a great one to punch. Look, if they want to use Tim Patrick, if deeper routes, I'm cool with that. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, how their game plan is going to be. Maybe they want to be a little bit conservative because the Green Bay Packers are good at getting turnovers, and we probably want to run the football a little bit more. So I don't mind him doing deep routes, the play action, where I think that's where him and Jared Goff really connect is the play action. Laporta is definitely going to get involved. He had the most yards this last game, even though he had only 85 yards passing. Keith, though, you're the GOAT. That is definitely not me. Go ahead and hit that like button, folks. Smash that like button. It does help out when we're getting this in here. Smash that like button. Another question coming up. Do you think we'd have to jump out to a big lead early versus Green Bay to win, knowing Clete Black? Yes. Look, when you got to deal with the referees like a Clete Blackman, you definitely need to go out to a big lead. I cannot stress that we cannot leave games to referees. We have to put up points because we need to, especially a team like Green Bay, we got to have a double-digit points on them. We do. Do you want to be like Chicago and have a Hail Mary fall on you, looking like, have a guy bragging and then all of a sudden losing a game last? Let's just go ahead and have a significant lead where we're not leaving it up to one play, and we're not, sure as hell, not leaving it up to the referees. Clete Blackman, Trey Flowers, hands to the face. And that just is, I'm tired of the referees, and it's all the NFL, not just the Lions. Hashtag FGB, any early draft selection yet? I know, way too early. Nope. No draft. We don't. The reason I'm not even going to do a draft right now or a mock draft, we're not going to have the draft picks we currently have. So I got to wait till after the trade deadline before I even really take a look. And remember, we're probably going to be picking 31, 32. That's where we're probably going to be picking. So, and if we don't know what's going on, but we don't We don't even know all the draft picks that we're going to have at this moment. So we're going to wait till after the trade deadline before I even think about that. It's, Blake Man. Oh, I don't care. He sucks. That's all I know. He sucks. Trey Flowers, hands to the face. Terrible. Why is he even a ref anymore? I know. I can't. This is the problem I have with the NFL is it's stuff like this where how do some of these guys even have a job? How do they have a job? That's my thing. Cletus, just living my life. So who would you trade for in the comments right now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and put Spidey. Well, we'll put Spider-Man on here in a second. Still got a little bit. If you got questions, we may have answers. Go ahead, throw it in the comment section right now. We're going to get it done. While that's happening, I'm just doing something on the side really quick because I'm doing kind of 3 things at one time. Getting this in for you. There we go, right there. Next one. Is Jameson Williams cooked? No, not at all. Why would he be cooked? Because he got pulled over? No, the coaching staff, the leadership of the Lions, they knew about it back in October 8th. That's the way. Let the process play out. Do you think it's possible to get 2 edges? I mean, Z for 1 year and for rather ask if it's possible. Look, I would like to get 2, James, because we lost. This is what we've lost. Aidan Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, Derek Barnes, right? We've lost John Kaminsky. Joshua Pascal has already been dinged up, right? He didn't play last week, and he may not even play. We're right now down to our 5th string who's half playing. So, of course, I would love to get 2 pass rushers, but I'm not Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. Do I think they do it? Probably not. I don't think they go 2. I think they go 1, but I would love it. I would love it. Smash the hole. Which game that we have left, which going to be the toughest? Oof. Well, you know what? It's hard. I feel like the Lions' schedule is actually pretty good. The Texans, I still think it's going to be hard to go down to Houston to face the Texans. They're not coming here. We're going down there. That's going to be tough, and that's after this Packers game. So I'm going to probably go with that being the toughest right now. The Lions' schedule is, look, if they can get past these 2 games here, we're talking about Texans and Packers. I think the Lions have a real good shot to get that number 1 seed. Let's go ahead and go through the schedule while we're sitting here, and I'm going to give you my thoughts, just, what I think. Lions obviously face Green Bay. I think they win that game. If the Lions win that game, obviously there's 7-1. You got to face the Houston. Even if they lose the Texans game, 7-2 would be great. But the Houston Texans, that's a tough one. Jaguars, Lions should win that game. That's a win. Colts, they should win that game. That's a win. Bears, they should win that game. Packers, and that's on Thanksgiving. They got to come to Detroit. I know we lost last year at Ford Field, but it could be different, right? The Bills, that's going to be a tough game. No doubt about it, but it's at Ford Field. Then we got the Bears again. The 49ers are not what they thought they were, and the Vikings at home. The Lions, if they can get past these 2 weeks, are in a really good stretch, in my opinion, to have a great record. So, we're pass rusher. So I think Lions have a shot to have that number 1 seed. And these next 2 weeks are so important, just so important towards the Lions. If they win in Green Bay, I think they'll be the number 1 seed. I really do. I think just that game alone would pretty much, to me, man, it's hard not to give it then to Detroit after that. It's really, really hard because you would have beaten you would have beaten your only loss is to one NFC team, and that's 4-4 Buccaneers. The rest, you're just smoking. I mean, your NFC record's great. You only got one loss. It would be something to behold. Something to behold. So let me get the next question on here. Someone says, let's see, Josh Jacobs better than Sonic and Knuckles. Put down the crack pipe. That's ridiculous, folks. He's a very good player. Very good player. And, look, I get it. We have good players. Good players, plural. And he is a good player, Josh Jacobs. We got two good players. We got Sonic. We got Knuckles. And they're the best. They're the best. I'm telling you. All right. Back on with Halloween Spidey here. All right. Let's get the next question for ya. He says, Bills aren't great against the run. We might have to play them better. And then the Packers, for sure. They're going to be a tough team, though. There's no doubt about it. Like Josh Allen, they're going to put up points. There's no doubt about it. If we have no third, then how is it the Lions' fault for refusing to pay when they don't have one? If we don't have no third. You talk about third-round draft pick? Yeah, we don't have a third-round draft pick. So what does that have to... I don't know the question. Maybe I'm completely misreading it. Josh Jacobs is great, but Gibbs and Monty are splitting carries. Yeah, and 100%. Let's see. I think we have a harder time with Green Bay than Houston. Houston is missing its two best wide receivers. Passing seems to be teams playing against us. Best chance of scoring on us. Yeah, but it's still us traveling to Houston. It's their house, and they're a really good team. I think that's a challenge. Home, at least at home, we got the 13th man, I call them. But look, the Lions can win the game. I'm sure they may even be favored in that game. I was just asked, what do you think is the toughest game left? It could be the Bills. It could be the Texans, for sure. Sure. Favorite Spider-Man villain? Oh, man. I got to say, I do. Man, I like Venom. Venom is pretty hardcore. I do like Carnage. Carnage is epic, too. But, yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Rex is saying that the Pack will sink the Lions. Let's see. Sink the Lions. Senility is an ugly thing. Well, it doesn't really matter what people say. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, they have to play on Sunday. I hope everybody picks against Detroit. Go ahead and pick against Detroit. That's just going to result in, then shocked that the Lions win. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Carl Granderson or Za'Darius Smith. Brian Westcott. Hey, we shall see hopefully very, very soon. Hashtag Lions. Is anyone from the Saints a trade possibility? To the Lions, I don't really see much. I'm just going to go with Adam Shefter, what he's saying, and Adam Shefter says Azeez Ujalari and Za'Darius Smith. Can you put up the mic quicker? Is this a little bit better? If not, I can just take the mask off. I could take it off. I just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to have fun for a little bit. People can say all they want. They just keep winning games. Yep, 100%. Let's see, I would take 2 edge rushers. That would be great. I am with you. I would love to take 2 pass rushers. No doubt about it. But I think they just go with 1. But I'm with you. I would go with 2. Who do you think we play first in the playoffs? Well, I think we have the number 1 seed, so we're going to have to bye. Man, it would be the number 7 or, it'd be the lower one, the lowest seed. So I'll say the Lions will face the Vikings. Yeah, I'll say Lions face the Vikings. The Vikings got to travel to Detroit. Right after, literally, we face the Vikings. The Lions will probably then get a bye and then face the Vikings again. Do you have a mask? Yes, I do. Do you think they should get Young? They didn't try to get him last year. I don't think they try to get him this year. I agree. I'd rather take 2 edges over 1 star edge. Oh man, depends who the star is though. If you're talking about Crosby, man, I'd take him. Or let's see, why don't your poll have both? Because that's not what Adam Shefter said. I'm going with what Adam Shefter said. We're gonna go ahead and end the poll. Right now, Za'Darius Smith wins at 67% to Azeez Ujalari at 32%. 331 of you voted. Thank you for the votes. The majority of the Lions fan base would prefer to have Za'Darius Smith over Azeez Ujalari. Adam Shefter reported earlier that's who the Lions have reached out to pertaining to a trade. So there you go. That's what our fan base thinks. Hashtag Lions, do you think that the Lions are holding on trading for Zad or Azeez because they might be trying to get a higher tier? No, I think they're just trying to get a better deal. Maybe they're wanting to get less. They don't want to give up more draft capital. Hashtag Lions, when do you believe this trade happens, the next 48 hours or the day of the trade deadline? Sean Walsh, I wish it would have happened earlier this week, but now it's Thursday, so it's probably going to be after the weekend, and that sucks because we got a game on Sunday versus the Packers, and I really wanted the Lions to get the pass rusher before the freaking game. So I'm going to say the trade deadline. They're just trying to get the best, I guess. They don't want to give up a lot for draft capital. That's what I'm thinking. But Za'Darius Smith is also coveted by the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are aggressively pursuing him. And remember, if we're to give up this, say they want a 4th-round pick, I don't know exactly, they said a day 3. Say the Cleveland Browns want a 4th-round pick, who do you think they're going to take? Lions 4th-round pick or the Falcons? The Lions are the better team, so they would take the Falcons. So that's something out there you got to think about as well. Why is there more talk about Decker's shifty play? Because he had 2 bad games, and I think a lot of fans are just wondering, is he dinged up? Is this an anomaly? It's not consistently been like he's been horrible, so we just got to see going forward. He's been consistently a nice rock for the Lions. We got to see if this is something that can, look, if he continues to suck, if he continues to get beat, we're going to talk about a little bit more, but there's only really been 2 games of bad. So that's why I haven't sounded the alarm as of yet, but it's been a 2 bad game stretch. We'll see what he does here on Sunday. But he's a veteran. It's not like he's older and he's 31, so he's still got a life left. No, people might think I'm crazy. I think the Lions will beat the Packers this weekend. I think they're beating the Packers. Plus, I have them making the Super Bowl this year. Clutch 4890. I don't think that's crazy at all. I think a lot of people have the Lions making the Super Bowl. I think a lot of people believe that the Lions can win versus the Green Bay Packers. Hell, even the guy who CBS Sports HQ, Pete Prisco, has the Lions beating the Packers. Pete Prisco had the love winning the Super Bowl. The Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl. He has the Lions beating the Green Bay Packers. He loves Jordan Love. He's infatuated with Jordan Love. So that just kind of tells you that you're not out of the realm. The Falcons will probably get Smith, probably. Decker on the left, touchdown Gibbs through the left. He's great. He's been great. Decker's been great in the run offense. He's been amazing. He's just had issues in pass defense as of late. Will we see Allen Robinson play soon? You've seen him on the field. He just didn't get a catch on Sunday. All right, folks. I got my daughter is coming here soon, and then we're going to be prepping for Halloween. We got an exciting time tonight, and I got to dress all nice and proper and look really good for a special thing. So excited for that. It's going to be fun. But I'm going to get off here. We'll be live for the Lions. We'll be live for the Lions and Packers game on Sunday in a mass game, a big-time game. So with that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted